Hello, my name is Tamika with Tamika Sending Smiles, and I'm excited because this is my week to guest host for the mystery swap for 2025. I really do love this swap, guys, and it's just a lot of fun. I like seeing what you guys make. I like to find new projects. It's like a search, and I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the people that helped me, tested, because I always don't have time to test out the projects, but so the great help that I get from people that actually test the projects, I really do appreciate it. It makes this all possible. So I'm excited this week because it is my week. I wasn't going to do a video, but then I felt like I really needed to do a video. And yes, this is my third time making this video. Okay, let's just go there. The last time I thought it was done, I watched it and realized that I kept saying the wrong sizes. I was just like, really? Okay, so if you haven't guessed, we're going to make a calendar. And I originally got the idea from a video on Instagram, and then I wanted an easier version, and one that we can all do. So I went on YouTube and found a video, and this one is by Cheryl Dorsey, and she is a Stamp It Up demonstrator, or at least at the time of filming this video. Because I used to be a Stamp It Up demonstrator and now I'm not. So but yes, so this is her video. She did a great job, I think. Very simple way of doing it, but it makes you want to make more. I like projects that make me want to make more. And so I've made a few, so I'm gonna keep the measurements to the side so that I can refer to it. Yes. So the one thing about her video, she had a pre-calendar already, like a pre-set calendar. And so I didn't think everybody would have one, so I created one for you. This runs from July 2025 to June of 2026. It gives you a cover if you want to use a cover. So yeah. So you just cut these out. And it's very simple. Cut them out and make them into a little booklet for you. You try to cut them as evenly as possible, and so if that works, I'm not going to show you me cutting because that makes no sense. But here's the ones that I've done so far. You're also going to need a what do you call them things? See, this is me finding words again. You need a notepad, a sticky notepad, and I didn't have any. That's why this doesn't match. So this is the last video I made when I realized I was saying all the wrong sizes. But I got it from the last swap I did, and it doesn't match. And trust me, I will change it. But I wanted to at least show you what it is. This is my first rendition of it. The first one I did, I didn't put a thing on it, but you get the point. And you can lift up that part and we'll talk about that in a minute. But here is I also saw that I wasn't in frame for a lot of this stuff, so I want to make sure I'm in frame. So these are the two that I've already made. In the process of this, I realized that if you want to do this with a 12 by 12 paper, it really could be besides your calendar, it could be a one-page wonder. I like one-page wonders. They excite me. So I did this for this one right here out of one page. This one's even better this is cute, but this one's a little bit better because there's no direction on either side. So you didn't have to worry about directional or anything. So let me give you the measurements correctly this time. So this page right here is going to be 4. Let me make sure I say it right because, got it wrong the last time. Oops, sorry guys. 4 1/4 by 11. That's this paper, 4 1/4 by 11, and we're going to score it in half at 5 1/2. Right? Let's score it at 5 1/2, and then we're going to score it again at 8 1/2. So you score at 5 1/2, and then you're going to score at 8 1/2. There you go. Those are our 2 score marks. There you go. So you see, 4.5, 5. The paper is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5, and 8 1/4. See, I did it again. 8 1/4. Okay, this is why I make sure I got a look. Okay, so that's that. Then you're gonna need the second paper in the same color as this, okay, which is going to be 5.5 by 4 1/4, the same size as this. So this is just the same size because it fits right on top. Same size, same paper, same size. Okay, now if you want to change it up and do the difference, you sure can. It's definitely not a problem. Okay, but this is going to be this one, I think. We'll figure. Okay, we'll do that in a minute. But see, that's the same size. Then you're gonna need another color cardstock, which is going to be 2.5 by 3 1/4. 2.5 by 3 1/4. Now, for me, I made this a little bit bigger because when you do your calendar, sometimes it doesn't fit. So I wanted it to be a little bit bigger. So mine is 2.5. So this was, the measurements say 2.5 by 3 1/4. I made mine 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. Okay. And then you're going to need a white cardstock, but I wanted to use this side. And so this side is going to be, this is like the white, where it says white is just a plain opposite side of the paper that you got. And so this one is 2.5 by 4. Okay, so that's that. And then, and because this paper is non-directional, you don't really have to think about it. And then they're calling this designer series paper, which is just a pattern that you want to see on top. And so this is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. Now they also tell you to cut one 3 1/4 by 4. I didn't cut it again because the first time I cut it, I didn't even see what to use it at. So I didn't cut it. It didn't make any difference to me. But I want to show you how simple and easy this goes together, okay? So this is your base, right? And so we've already scored it, right? This is our base. We're going to put that to the side. Now this is the one that fits on top. So this is where the decisions have to lie when we're doing the... Okay, so this sits on top. So if this sits on top, then this one's going to be on the smaller. So this is the one that sits on top, so we can either go this way and this way, which is what I like, or we can turn it over, do it this way, and do this, and do this. I'm not mad at either way. I think I like it this way though. You know what? I think I may go this way because I'll tell you why. I noticed when you go to decorate the top, the pattern kind of makes it hard. So for this one, I'm going to turn it around. Okay, so this is going to be the base. So we're going to make this one the base, that color. I'm going to turn this around on this side. This is our top piece, and then we're going to turn that for the back of the... Okay, so let's do that. So let's put this one. Yeah, right? I'm always afraid I'm going to do the wrong side. And it's been so long. It took me forever. It's been so long since I crafted. It took me forever to get my glue to come out of this bottle. I literally had to cut off the tip. Okay, so this one is going to go on top of here. Just want to make sure I stay in frame. And I'm just, centering like you normally do. Center, center. Okay. And Then the piece that is 2 and we cut it at 2 on your paper, on the instructions it says 2.5 by 3.25. That one, and we cut a little bit, we cut 1/4 inches larger. So we cut it at 2 3/4 by 3.5. Okay, so we're gonna put that on here. That way. Turn it over. Once you get all the measurements down and know where you're going, put it together is very simple. It really, I mean, I put together 3 already. Now, the first one took 3 hours because I was trying to figure out the paperwork and where parts go. It was a lot. Okay. Now, where is... Okay, so here is the little calendar. So calendar is there. So we're going to just glue the last page down. You can put a little extra piece. I put a little extra one in there if you want to put it on there. But it, you know, to glue that page down, you can. And I just cut them and staple them together. And then I put it on here. Look how many people you can make these for. Stocking stuff where you can customize it. Right? Okay. Now on this one, we're going to glue, we want to put this one on here, right? But we only want to put it on this part, not up here, just on here, okay? So we're going to take the glue and we're going to put it on here. Okay. And then, because these two are the same size, you could just line it up at the bottom and then press it on. Press on the back. And make sure it's lined up at the bottom. And you know, when you have wet glue, it gives you a little wiggle room to make sure everything's lined up. A little wiggle room. So this way when we open it, it's open like that. Okay. Now we're going to decorate the inside with this piece right here. See how fast this is coming together? It really is not, I mean, just figuring out your paper is going to be probably the hardest. Figuring out what paper you want to use. And cutting it out and all that kind of stuff. That's going to be your hardest part. Alright, there we go with that. And I told y'all I did not have look at this. This one is cute. This is what I got in my swap. So I'm just going to take this one off. And put this here. But like I said, I will change this because it's going to drive me insane. I'm just glue the last page on there. Thank you, glue, for lasting through all of these videos. And I made this bigger too because I didn't want it to hang off. And you may even give it a 1/4 more inches so that it will be a little, you know, wider that way. But there we go. It sits there. Oh, look how cute. This one is not that bad. It was just so contrast on that one. But now, that's why I showed you about the top. So the top is now you can decorate the top with whatever you want. And see, this came with some stickers. I'm sure you guys are going to make it a lot more fancier than me. But let's put, is this fit? Ooh, yeah, he fits. So let's put him right here in the center. What does it say? I guess I should have read it first. Rough, rough, rough. Oh, okay. And what else are we going to put up there? Ooh, we have a dog bone. There's a heart. Ooh, another dog bone. Oh, but he looks like him. I don't like that one. I don't like him. He matches the round part of that. Here's some dog food. And then we're going to put cute dog. That's going to be cute. Cute dog. Okay. So there we go. Look at that. Simple. Very, very simple. Made us a nice little calendar to sit on our desk. You can make them to give to your friends. And I made this one, and making messes already. And this one. I made them all. That's what I made. Thank you, Cheryl, for giving us a great idea. And the link you will have the link to the calendar in your group or the mystery swap. If you're not and you're seeing this later on, you can message me. I'll send you the link to the calendar. And if you need any digital paper, remember you can always go to TamikaSendingSmiles.com, which is my Etsy store for beadables and digitals. And if you want to check out other swaps and challenges and giveaways, please go to theswaptracker.com. Leave me a message below. If you like this swap, if you want to see others, you like this tutorial, or you want to see others, the measurements will also be listed below, as well as Cheryl's video. I'm going to try to remember to do all of that. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's been my absolute pleasure. You have a great day. Bye-bye.